Okay, so we are. Let me just make sure we're live. Give me 1 second. Get off of this. Get off of that. Get off. Oh, okay. Let's see. Um, okay, so we are live right now. Let me just get over to the chat. How do I see the chat? Hmm. Oh, okay, here we go. So let me just get, so if you guys have not been paying attention, there is, okay, we are in the chat. Okay, so there is um, I don't want to really say case, but there is a huge issue right now going on with a very well-known influencer across Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. And she also is a part of a company, she's allegedly still part. I was on her team for the paparazzi jewelry. And back when I was following her and I was part of her team, she was extremely nice and refreshing, and she was funny and, you know, charismatic. And I quickly got out of MLM. Um, just wasn't my thing. I had done it since I was 18 years old. I had done every MLM, and it just, I was so tired of building teams and having to pay more back in volume or whatever just to get a paycheck. So what I decided to do was just stop and I made a promise to myself that I would never do it again. Okay. And let me see something really quick. Okay. Let me see. Let me change this to live chat. Let me change this over to live chat. All right. Okay. And so I was on YouTube, and um so I quit following the family. I fell in love with Raza, and you really never heard the two girls talking. It was always Raza because he was much younger. I think it was like four or five when I was in the jewelry business with her, and then Marvon, and I was a part of the Wacky Wednesdays and the Foodie Fridays, and the only thing that I ever saw her take on camera was the K. And she just mentioned that it was for her back. At this point, she was getting into the healthy lifestyle because she wasn't always like that. And then I mean, it just, to me, in my opinion, it's got a lot worse. And so, you know, anyways, so then I was on YouTube the other week, and this was when the incident happened where he went out to the shed. And for those of you who do not know, he tried to do something, he tried to harm himself, and he is now in the hospital allegedly, because now I'm seeing that he allegedly may have been moved to a long-term care facility, or something like that. Allegedly, he may have been moved out of the hospital at this point. And gosh, there's just so much to unpack. And I told, I don't want to mention her name without asking her if I can, because I'm not really sure how YouTube works. This is my first video ever. But I had been following these three people, and they have been covering the case so good, and they have been really helping the family out. And so basically, I'm going to do another video on this. And have all the main reason for going live today was because I set up my Streamlabs, and last night I was up till like 2 o'clock in the morning setting that up. Me and my husband are getting into the digital world, and so he is setting up his Twitch for his gaming. As soon as we figure all that out and all of that good stuff, we will let you guys know when he goes live and starts streaming, and we have his YouTube and all of that set up. So that's why I originally came on here today. But I think I'm going to get a little bit more. This needs to be addressed. And if I can do my part in helping all these other wonderful people who are trying to help this family and get justice for Vaughn, I will. Because, for one, I have felt like I needed to go live about this for a long time, quite a few weeks. And I just was back and forth with it, but it just kept popping up. And so I feel like something is pulling me to start doing these videos, start helping with the getting justice for not just Vaughn and his family, but for many other families who have no answers, you know. And I think this is a very amazing community, and I think that this community is very strong. The community of true crime and covering cases and finding answers, and you know, I just to know that this video is out there, and this is my first video, and I'm now a part of this community. It just makes me feel really good. So I'm going to start doing this. And I also run another business. You can probably see it down below, the 15-day challenge. I do promote this training that has completely changed my life and changed a lot of other people's lives. It's $7 to start the training. They teach you how to make money online. It's not an MLM. It's not direct sales. It's none of that crap. It's literally free to start an online digital marketing right now, and they just teach you how to do it. And it's $7. You get an advisor. So if you're interested in that, I do have a free ebook that when you go to the hustlewithchelsea.com, you put in your name and your email, you do get that ebook. It tells you a little bit about the business. Okay. So I'm going to do a little bit more research just so but I do know that I know a lot about this case because I have been following it for quite some time. So pretty much he was in the VA hospital, and when Vaughn was little, his mother Latisha, I love you, Miss Latisha, if you're watching this video. His mother Latisha, she was very young. I believe when she got pregnant with her first child at either 14 or 15, and then she had Vaughn at either 15 or 16. And she allowed Vaughn to go when he was a certain age. I will have all this together, but he was a certain age. I think he was like 6 or 7, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Hey, my kids are playing over there on their game. So I'm not quite sure of the age, but I do know he was a little bit older, I believe. And he went to his mother, said, "You know what? I'm having a hard time. I'm going to let you go live with your grandma for a little bit." And then hold on, give me 1 second, please. I don't even know how to mute myself on here. Y'all need to go in the room or something and get out of here, please. Go. Go. I'm doing something really important, Emily. And I don't need to be listening. You don't need to be doing all of that in the background. Okay, well, I'll get on to JC in a little bit, okay? Okay, I'm sorry about that. I don't know if it even paused, but my kids are bored and it's summertime. So mother would do, if I felt the need to let somebody that I trust and that I know take care of my son or my daughters for just a little bit while I got my stuff together and I was being judged for it, it's just awful. And so she got him, so he was not gone for very long. And then when he was a very, very close knitted with his family, he loved his family so much. There's so many really, really beautiful pictures of him and his family together. And then he met Andrea McRae. And he met her when he was in the military, and then he got a discharge for medical from the military, and um, and according to Andrea McRae, his family hasn't had anything to do with him in like 4 years, according to her, and it may be more. I'm not quite sure. Um, but I'm just giving you guys a little bit of the background of the story, and tomorrow I will come back in here with some facts for you guys. Okay. Um, so I got some things to do. I'm gonna clean my house and things like that. And I'm right now banned from live on TikTok because I was literally, my daughter got this doll and she had, let me see if it's right here. Yep. This little headband right here was on her like this. And there had like two like of them plastic things in there, and I was cutting them on live, and they banned me for a week on live. So till next Monday, I cannot go live on TikTok, which is fine. It gave me time to focus on this because I've been really wanting to do this. So he, so they were together, and when I first started watching them, they were really laid back, really funny, really fun. They did like Wacky Wednesday and Foodie Friday, and they were just normal, average family. And then once I left paparazzi, I quit watching her. I got really that I'm not going to. Um, we went ghost for everybody. So um, so I didn't have Facebook, and those were her main two ways, or her Facebook was her main way of. So I missed a long time. I think it was like 3 years. So when I got back on to YouTube and I see what's going on, I'm like, wait, what? And so I started following a bunch of people who were covering the case. I don't know if he drove or he flew, but him and his wife, Wynette, if you're watching this, hello, you guys. My prayers are with you guys and your family. They either drove or they flew um, to where Vaughn was in the hospital because they weren't able to get any updates because Dre told them that told the hospital, anybody who calls, anybody who comes, they are not allowed here. And I don't care what you think about somebody's family, you do not do that. He drove and she drove or flew all that way to come check on their son. And as a mother, I wouldn't be. I have a lot of respect for Mr. Jackson, Senior, because if my daughter's husband came and met that hospital, it doesn't matter. And see, and that's the thing too. A lot of times, and I've seen it. I've seen it in my own family. The wife will literally drive the husband, or the husband will drive the wife away from their family, and then whenever a time comes where it's important, they'll say, well, you ain't even been here, you don't even call. Well, who would want to? You're acting like a lunatic just for me coming to see my son. And so I think there's just a lot of things on the back end that makes absolutely no sense. Okay? Another thing that does not make sense is that in the police report, she states that she slept on the couch, okay, and that night, and Vaughn got up. He went to the kid's bathroom. He brushed his teeth. He took his vitamins. He didn't change his clothes. He went out to the shed, and when she found him, he was hanging by a rope. Who brushes their teeth? And another thing that she said is that she got his pocket knife. Who has a pocket knife on their pajamas? Who puts their pocket knife in their pajamas when they're planning to go do that? Who puts, and this is all alleged. We don't know if this is true or not. Who goes and brushes their teeth to go do that to themselves? Who takes vitamins? Something that's supposed to keep you healthy and motivated and alive. Who does that and then goes and does what she allegedly said he did to himself? That also doesn't make any sense. Um, and now the father, Oba, is wanting to get custody. I'm not sure if it's full custody, partial custody. I'm not sure. But they're trying to serve her with papers to go to court, and they can't find her. She's running. Allegedly, she's running from the police or the servers or whoever she's running from. And Dre, if you're watching this, you know who I am. And I'm not a bad person. I'm not here to bash you, but go take care of your business. Let this man's family see their son and their brother. It's not making sense why you wouldn't. And I know that you let Miss Latisha come in and see him. I know that. But there's also a video of you where you are talking to your young daughter like she's an adult. But when Vaughn wakes up, and I will truly believe and have faith that he's going to wake up and he is going to recover from this, and he's going to find out that you didn't let his mom and his dad and his brothers and sisters and all this stuff you said about them, egg donor, what are you then? Look at all the stuff you give your kids. They're known sedatives. WebMD lists the things that you're giving to your kids not safe for children, and they're sedatives. And you're not supposed to mix some of them with each other. And also, Marvon was being fed this stuff, and you can hear him in videos, and she says in videos how he doesn't like to take it. And then she stops herself. She says something like, so I just, and then she stops herself. And what were you about to say, Dre? What were you about to say? That you had to stop yourself. So I do believe there's a lot that goes behind with this. And the last thing that I am going to address, because I think I've got everything set up the way it needs to be set up. And that's what the whole purpose was, and to introduce myself a little bit, and I will introduce myself at the end of all of this. But and then the last thing is there are YouTubers in this community who have been doing fundraisers and raising money for the family. Once you give a donation, nobody has to give it back because you willingly put the number amount in, you willingly matched pay, you willingly selected it or typed in the name and then selected it, and then you willingly sent it. And for you to be asking for all these refunds back, and I feel so sorry. I was on a live the other night, and Miss Latisha was on the phone and she was crying, and we were trying to help her figure out this situation because funds to have a hotel and a flight for all three, because it's a sister, a mom and her husband, I'm pretty sure. And they're all three having to go out and travel. And now if he has been moved to a long-term care facility allegedly, and he's out of the hospital, now who knows where he's going to be, and if they'll even be able to find him at this point. It's also been stated that Drea has not been going to the hospital like she was. And I believe, and remember, everything that I say is my own opinion and it's not fact. But I believe that the reason she's not going to the hospital is because she knows, or the people who are trying to serve her knows that that's where they'll find her. And so she's trying to stay away, is what I think. She's running. Let this father have, you're in such control of everything, in my opinion, that you are causing little fires everywhere, and I'm scared to death of what's going to happen. in the end of all of this. So Latisha, so people have sent her money and now asking for refunds. So they're not just asking for refunds though. So on Cash App, I want to show you guys. So on Cash App, you can write down here. You can request or you can pay. I'm getting a new webcam tomorrow. So you'll be able to see my stuff better. But right here it says request, right here it says pay. People are literally requesting money and never sent it. So in her head, because she didn't know, before all of this, Miss Latisha didn't have a Cash App. She didn't know how to set up a Zelle. She didn't have a PayPal. She didn't know how to do any of that. And they were requesting money back from her. And so she thought that it was people who had sent refunds. She didn't know that you can just request money from somebody even if you didn't send a refund. So there's people requesting money from her that never even sent her money, and she is refunding, or she was. Now we have helped her to stop doing that, but she was refunding the request. And now she is paying out of her own pocket for refunds, or she was. And it just makes me sick. Like, I literally feel nauseous to my stomach right now. And this one woman said she literally requested $2,000 back from Miss Latisha. And in the note section, because on Cash App, you can put a note for why you're requesting the money or why you paid somebody the money. And in the notes, it said that she was requesting $2,000 back for praying for her son. Like, what in the hell has this world come to? It is awful. And I just can't believe it. So I am now going to start covering this case, and I'm going to do my part. I don't care if I have 112 followers on here. Let me see what my notifications are saying. I'm not sure. Um, what's going on? Okay. So, so it's just a big mess. So I am going to start covering this story because it has been pulling me in. And I know I'm one of them people where my friends call me when they need to find out something because I can find out anything. I can find anything. And so I feel like as that type of person who can figure out pretty much anything I want to figure out, I owe it to not only this community but Vaughn and his family and the kids to figure out what is going on. And I know I'm a little bit late in the game, but I will catch all of my subscribers up. So if you would like to if you would like to subscribe to my channel, I'm going to see viewer shout outs, add media source. I'm trying to see if there's a way that subscription goal. I don't know, maybe I can. Twitch follows. Okay, let's see. Let me see. Um, okay, done. Okay, yeah, right here. Let me see where my chat box is here. Let me move this down. Okay, so the more subscribers I get, the more I can do. And so yeah, so if you're watching this video, my name is Chelsea. I'm a mom of 3 girls. I love true crime. I have been on YouTube. a long time ago. Me and my husband, we are now coming back now that the or the I'm not going to say that the crisis has died down a little bit. And now that I'm not so busy because I was able to replace my full time income with my side hustle that is at that 15-day challenge. So now I have a little bit more time on my hands and I'm diving deep. I'm diving deep. I'm going to figure out what's going on. So if you would like to stay connected and get alerts for when I go live, because I'm not going to do edited videos anymore. I may do some here and there, like if we go somewhere, maybe do a vlog of us and the kids or whatever. But I'm going to mostly go live. I know there's a way you can drop your link to people. So I will invite people up here for their opinions. Um, so yeah. So we are going to, let's see. Um, okay, I'm not sure. But we are going to, I'm just going to see how, I'm going to see, how do you, okay, right here, subscriber. Oh, okay, membership, donation. Hmm. Okay. Okay, we already did that. Okay. All right. So, I will be live later on tonight. I'm going to do some introductions to myself. I'm going to go over what the latest side hustle is and how you can make money online. I am also going to talk more about this case and see if we can put our noggins together and figure out what is going on with this incident. How did this all come about? How did so much change in 3 years for me? I mean, it's just mind blowing. Her hair, her weight, um, Vaughn, how skinny he is. It's just so I will see you guys tonight. I usually try to go live at like 10, but once I get the baby to go to sleep, I'm going to clean my house now, wash all the dishes, go ahead and start supper, and then that way tonight, I also have to do my husband's hair, so I'm trying to get all this done before he gets home. I can twist up his hair really quick, cut it really quick, and then I can jump on here. I'll also be doing some research as well. So, yeah, love you guys.